Ah, welcome to a special Train the Brain with a meditative mind, body, and spirit trinity. Yours truly, universal spiritual teaching student, because I'm learning every day. Independent artist, activist, and athlete. Androgynous pansexual founder of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom and the Dragon Kingdom and the Dancing Goddess Empire. Our one empire and kingdom under the sun, under the moon, under the stars on earth. For world peace, international justice, and global freedom and security, and just received credit from that goddess, starlit heavens, who sends one kiss to the goddess that dances with the bird of the sun, in order to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, legumes that our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest first to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. And that kiss, one kiss from the starlit heavens goddess to the sister, the goddess that dances with the bird of the sun, turning it into 93 trillions of kisses, which yours truly is credited interest-free, credit in which will distribute to all my willingly loving allies and armies of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire. Join me for world peace, international justice, global freedom, securing and ensuring global freedom. Just finished a more than 4 hours march. Was exactly put the timer, although I didn't put it right away, like 10 minutes in I put it in, so it's more than 4 hours and 30 minutes. I'll say about more than 4 hours, because half an hour I did some printing, I had to send some documentation, I did some sending letters, some business, taking care of some business, and I went to shop, do a little bit of shopping, since in the news yesterday alarmed me that supposedly China, I'm going to reconfirm, we're going to check the news a little bit in a bit, has encouraged or even ordered a lot of citizens to stock food supplies for the winter. And of course, with the news that the food prices have increased and will increase, and I've observed increases of food prices myself in basic goods. I've went to, with a little money that I have, not a lot, I'm already in the minus, already in the red, my bank account, but I had $37, almost 38, almost 38, and went on to shop the most affordable, cheapest, and least expensive goods on the market. And so got a lot of pasta. That's gonna be emergency food. Maybe over the weekend I'll use one of it. I got $1.27. I got 9 bags of 900 grams, which is about 2 pounds, right? 900 grams is actually 2 pounds exactly. What, 8 grams? 454 grams is 1 pound, right? So 454 times 2 is 908 grams. So 2 pounds each. I got 9 bags. So stacking for emergency, just in case if prices double for pasta. Already financially struggling, worse financial situation, and check the calories. So it's good calories per each one of the bag, and got 9 bags. Calories is about 300 for each 85 grams, so that's in 900 grams has about, divided by 85, so about more than 10 a bit, so more than 3,000 calories per bag. So in theory could survive a few days with a bag. I didn't get the tomato paste, I gotta check it out, especially in the coming days, to get also 2 or 3 tomato pastes, affordable, probably, hopefully gonna get the 99 cents one, most affordable one on the market. And got peanuts, also most affordable on the market. Got some peanuts. Actually got 6 bags of 250 grams each for $2 each. So got for $1 more than 125 grams in each. Good calories, very affordable, $2. And got some wafers, very affordable wafers, 300 grams packs, $2 each pack. And had to check, because the peanuts, I got 2 sorts of peanuts. One of the bags were scanning as walnuts, and I was saying this is not walnuts, and with the price of $3 per bag. So the person there, the clerk, had to put the code and give me the discount. And not only that, but even on the naan bread that I purchased at 150, more than a pound of bread, which was very good. Supposedly says on the bag that it lasts until February mid-February, February 10th, February 11th, something like that. It says on the back. So 3 months. I would say maximum 3 weeks, but I'm not sure about. Of course, November, December, January, February. So more than 93 days. I doubt it. Perhaps if you put it in the fridge and not in the bag, but in the bag, I guess because it's sealed, and being sealed, it's not, the air doesn't come and could last. But I'm not planning to keep it that long. I'm planning to eat it over the weekends. So that was very affordable too. But again, it's scanned at 195, right? So the price that I saw was 150. So again, for 2 items, the prices were wrong. Not in my favor, in the favor of the grocery store. So right, that in consideration. So I was wondering. I actually spoke with the clerk and I said, how many did actually pay more on the peanuts they scanned as walnuts if they got several items? The naan breads, it's not that big difference, but it adds up. I bought 3 naan breads, right? So I would have lost one because I would have paid 50 cents extra for each, right? So 50 cents times 3 is 150, which is the cost of the naan bread. So anyways, just be careful in the grocery store. And I was joking, and the clerk were very helpful, very number one. I wish I could raise her pay. Very professional, very cool, very nice, nice. One of nice customer service. No complaints, only wow. So when I said, listen, she laughed and said, I'm on a budget. I'm financially struggling. I remember working for Walmart, graveyard shift, night shift, how hard it was, and after a year didn't get even a raise, and it's hard work, hard labor for minimum wage. So I said Walmart is not the. Oh, I said I wasn't supposed because I'm not getting any sponsors or whatever. I gave it away. Gave it away. Shh. Anyways, I'm not gonna edit the video. Whatever it said, whatever. Calling them to raise the pay by 30%. 1/3 of all employees. That's my call, and give a lot of food security. Get the coffee. Get the coffee. Get the coffee. Get the coffee. I'm sore, so marched in steel toe boots. Went around, just march for more than hours. Okay, the shopping, and so I would say about 4 hours marching, because 10 minutes there to do photocopies, then to wait. So shopping, walk around. So yeah, shopping and marching and handling, taking care of some business, doing some photocopies and some business, some bureaucracy. Yours truly, Adrian H. Dragonborn, being born Adrian Hana Dragon on this November 4th, Thursday, rant 8:44 p.m. EST. Wasn't gonna say which supermarket, which grocery store, but seems like slip of the tongue, slip of the tongue, slip of the tongue. And I was joking with so I said, they already make enough money. I said, me, I'm on a budget, financial struggling, already in the minus, and got this few dollars to get these groceries. I don't want to pay extra. Because in theory, so the peanuts, I would have lost $3 for $1 each, because they scanned for $3, $3. And it was supposed to be $2, right? So $1 each, $1 each, 150. So 450 would have lost. If you scan and you don't check the bill, sometimes it happens, right? Sometimes it happens. As it happened now. Mistakes happen. I make mistakes every day. I'm not perfect. Far from it. This coffee was made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother, the sun. One of my brothers, sisters, farmers, harvested somewhere down that way in Latin America, Central America, or that way. It could be either side of the ocean in Africa. That way, which is east, and that is the Atlantic, and that way is west, and that was the Pacific. It could be Vietnam. And all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother, the sun. who makes creates all fruits, vegetables, and legumes, and the sun now rises over Japan, China, the Koreas, New Zealand, Australia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Laos, Nepal, Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, India. The sun's rising now. And the goddess dances with the bird of the sun on that side, dancing in the night by the moonlight and by the star count is also a dance. But like to create the fruits, vegetables, and legumes takes the water, takes the light, heat of the sun, and they dance on that side of the world. And the sun rises over there now. It is happening. I am sore. We're gonna be doing reading, educating the mind, training the mind. It's meditation for world peace. Yours truly was again alarmed by what was going on in the news. On the news that the increase of prices. I spent a few dollars. I got some food supplies, peanuts. Maybe I'll eat one over the weekend. I'm gonna stash some away, and I got important. I was gonna get bags of noodles, but they had sold out of those. $3 for 12 packs. And I already got from 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago. I still have noodle bags, which are best before February and March of next year. So, in case I have to ration. Or maybe do an experiment. As I continue the I Declare Revolution and purifying, cleaning, reordering my room, office, and temple during this Scorpio month. The coming days, tomorrow I'm gonna do a big cleaning workout, purifying and reordering my room, office, and temple. Gonna get rid of some stuff, gonna give it away, and gonna mark the account, make an account of the food security that I have, and maybe we'll see if I can survive with. I paid a third of my phone bill. Paid $66. I'm late. They send me a message, and if they send me another one, it's gonna be problematic. And paid a third of my phone bill. Rent is paid. They can't kick me out. Got no. Still November. Can work out. Can exercise. Can train. Can march. Got some food secured for the, say, a few weeks, and that emergency food just in case for December or whatever. So keep on marching, dancing, working out, training, exercising. Yours truly, Adrian H. Dragonborn, being reborn, Adrian Hanna, Dragon androgynous, ancestral father of the dancing goddess, and the Dragon Empire, which are one empire, the Dragon Kingdom and the Dancing Goddess Empire, one kingdom and empire, non-sectarian for world peace, international justice, global freedom, and securing and ensuring global freedom and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. Yours through the special art, chant, training of the mind and the lower body strain, my legs, feet, ankles are sore. I think I'm gonna have some blisters. We're gonna do a little bit of workout with this bottle, which is anywhere between 42 pounds. It's full to the top. Just anywhere in between. 42 pounds minimum, 50 pounds maximum, because it's 18 liters. So 18 liters times 2.2 is about 40, 39.89, so 40. And the plastic, it's not a bottle, it's a barrel. It's minimum anywhere between 2 to 10 pounds. Wait, because it's thick. I feel sore. Took a bath last night, did me good. We're working with it. This is the third time this week. It's a good workout. It's 42 pounds, 50 pounds repetitions. Feel sore. And got my $1.56, $1.56 dinner. One can of tuna, 87 cents. One bag. This crackers, 3 scoops of mayonnaise, and 1 elongated piece of kale. Or that's what gonna be my dinner. Are the leaders of the free world at COP? What are they eating? Who's cooking for them? They're gonna go do their own shopping. They walk, they march in the streets. They're disconnected. They're disconnected. Tell the leaders of the free world Dragan Zero's message. Drop down and give Dragan Zero 13 push-ups. With love and for the sake of world peace. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I was a bit moody this morning too, yesterday, a few days. Getting better. I was still coughing a bit today, not that much. Still coughing, still not feeling it, but it was moody, and maybe because I was getting rid of the sickness, the disease. I'm double vaccinated twice, willing to get the 3rd COVID, my Pfizer vaccine. Willing to get the 3rd jab. Is it a variant? The Delta variant could be. I had in the past 11 days, about today, 11 days today maybe. Yeah, 11 days today I think. Although I've been getting better in the past 3 days. Well, a few days wasn't so good, but is it a variant? Could be. If I die and gets worse, I want to live my will here, lovingly will to my anonymous, the one I love and call sister, has been oftentimes a teacher and a friend, and that trinity of sister, friend, and teacher, that's the 4th dimension being my one and only financial sponsor at the moment. Anonymous. She actually got me these, speaking of, these pants. One of the best. Black jeans, tight and nice, that I ever had. Just feel perfect along with all the garments, upper garments or hoodies or shoes, running shoes, which are the best that I ever had. I'm grateful. My rent is paid. Got food to survive. Keep on writing poetry, writing songs, doing advocacy for world peace, activism, imagining scenarios, reading, learning, educating. In a parallel life, science, innovation, and technology would have been my chosen path. Diverged towards spirituality is my path in this life. Psychology, sexuality, philosophy, physicality, art, the emotional, irrational world is my chosen path. So, spirituality, psychology, philosophy, sexuality, art, the irrational, emotional, spiritual, psychological, sexual, political world is my path. And creative as an independent artist, athlete, and activist, creative life. In that parallel life, computers, satellites, ICBMs, and micro devices, software and hardware would have been my universe. In this life, spirituality, physicality, psychology, philosophy, sexuality, art, dance, the irrational, emotional, artistic side of life. Special Trinity session evening, yours truly, for world peace, international justice, global freedom, securing, ensuring global freedom via the Dragan army. Let's do something for world peace. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Feel it. Oh yeah, I feel it. So, so beginning to clean tomorrow, big cleaning Friday. Gonna maybe see if, budget, see if I can get 2 more bottles like this. I can have maybe 3 bottles. because this is not filtered water, and I want to get just have reserves of clean water. Although have the river, and again, thanks to my one I love and call sister, friend, and teacher. That's the fourth time mentioned to that Trinity being my one and only financial sponsor, getting me filters for me to drink cleaner, healthier, pure water, which I used drink this coffee. So thank you. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Gotta be thankful. Always moody, but did what did the past years, which has and is and will be medicine and therapy for me. Is workout, train, go for a march, long march, steel toe boots, more than 4 hours, and sore as a. Yesterday took a bath. Maybe after this video will immerse my feet into some water. Got a bucket, feet bucket. Put the feet in and listen to some news and write some poems. Speaking of a poem, who's a poem? Who's got a poem? You're a poem, you're a poet, we're the poets. I ain't dead yet, I'm gonna write it. No need of seduction, seduction introduction. Yep, a rainbow with abduction. With an accent. Where are they? Who are they? Hey, yeah, waved too far away, disconnected. Leaders of the free world on the highway. Polluting cars, multi-millionaire rapper artists living in gated communities. Starving poet, knock 'em all out. Dragan make 'em nose grow like Trumpo. Kanye, yo, single Pinocchio blow on that window with a story with a God untold and Lolo. There's a little poem, a little modern twist to it. So calling all willingly loving to support the mission, vision, and philosophy, yours truly, I declare revolution continues. Tomorrow, big cleaning, purifying, reordering my room off Sun Temple. I'm gonna also try to get 2 more bottles like this. Hopefully, if they're 15, maybe I can do a little budget and have water security just in case, 18 liters times 2, 36 liters, a liter and a half a day. A few weeks, a month, 37 days. With rationing water, I have to go get it at the river if worst case scenarios. Imagine worst case scenarios, man. Just like my World War III scenario, which was created to go hand in hand with the workout. Right? I don't know. This is my Trinity. Has been my Trinity, will be my Trinity on the COVID-19 health and financial crises. Right? First and foremost, I do not know what caused COVID. Second, I believe it was transmitted from snakes to human beings. What's called zoonotic transmission and origins. Third, since do not know for sure, although believe it was zoonotic transmission, there's a doubt, do not have 100% proof. What do know 100% without a doubt is that before COVID, 93 days before COVID in October, yours truly as a world peace advocate, independent student, scholar of history, wars, geopolitics, and civilizations, had analyzed the situation, political situation globally, and had come to the conclusion that we, humanity, are on a path to World War III. Real life events have taken into consideration to come to that conclusion. Mainly the US-China trade war began by the Trump administration, which began by the Trump administration at the beginning of 2018. The arrest of Kathy Meng, aka Meng Wanzhou, chief financial officer of Huawei and daughter of the founder of Huawei. Consequently, she was arrested in order to honor an extradition treaty with the United States by the RCMP. consequently the arrest of Michael Spavor or Michael Kovic, unadmitted that it was a quid pro quo because of the arrest to honor extradition treaty with the USA of the chief financial officer of Huawei, Kathy Meng, which has been a month that there have been returned in an unadmitted, not admitted quid pro quo exchange, swap, trade-off. But I think in those elements, along with historical events such as Pearl Harbor, and I said, look, I said, North America on a path, war path with this U.S.-China trade war, with this one a war path here, World War III knocking at the door, 2019 in October. North America, Western civilization, the world, humanity is knocking at the door, World War III. So myself, as a world peace advocate and counterbalanced, although I'm a world peace advocate and I've dealt with being suicidal and depressed and still I've gotten out of being suicidal and depressed and I want to experience more love, especially more love. I could use a fucking good fucking massage right now and I'm looking for volunteers and or sponsorship. I'm open for business, or I can do a rap, I can work out, do a dance, do an art, write poetry, read, write, work out, do the general war integrated body training system. Scream for an hour at you, drop down, give Dragan push-ups, goddamn it, wash your hands with soap, squats, push-up, hogs, bust a dance move. I'm not a fucking dictator. I am a world peace advocate, but also an independent student, scholar of history, war, civilization, who has seen and experienced many of the lower aspects of humanity, including my own darkness and my own self and aggressions and own deceptions and own XYZs, and with the own what humanity is capable when in the streets or on the political arena. Still have hope for the children, for the greater good, the dancing goddess of the Dragan Empire, which I founded along with the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, pro-love, universal revolutionary centrist party, democratic fusion party that I founded pro-love. Is, like I said, I've been through a lot, suffered, depressed, even now financially struggle, still moody. But I don't want to do things I didn't found the dancing goddess and the Dragan Empire, the Phoenix People's Party, out of resentment, out of love, out of willingly loving. With my philosophies, my social, political, spiritual philosophies, as the universal revolutionary centrist thereof. But nonetheless, also as an independent security analyst and theorist, let's work out some more. Partly realist, semi-utopian, semi-dreamer, part having been hit by the harsher realities of life and human nature, and recognizing the lower aspects within myself. I'm not perfect, far from it. I lust, LUSD, I got vices, I want to experience. Thank goodness it's been a while I'm not suicidal. Yeah, I'm moody, get upset. They want to go back to business as pre-COVID is. I understand. They got business and they made a lot of millions and billions, and corporations and rappers living in gated communities. Since 2007 they still rap like they're still in the streets, and they haven't gotten out of their gated communities in 10 years, since February 2010. You've been living here and they're still rapping. In the streets, man. Come on. Get out of here. Get them out. You're a multi-millionaire, man. What you talking about? You see Dragan wearing steel-toe boots in Hog Island, man. Look at that videos. Although it's not the best quality, work with what I have. I'm grateful, right? When you see Dragan. dependent. I'm also a wannabe rapper, and I have a hobby. Right, I have a hobby. And you live in gated communities. Disconnected. I wondered the other day. Was wondering. So many protest organizations have been going in streets. We're going to neighborhoods. When we never went in the with the gated near the gated communities, near the richer, most affluent, not necessarily by merit or karma, but I mean commercially, financially, economically. No protest there. Better wages, social housing. We're going to. It's upside down sometimes, man. I got upset, stressed, disillusioned. I've been through it. The dancing goddess and the dragon empire calling for the two complementary covenant cooperative institutions are now founded. I don't think like the past institutions were, or flags. Have a universal revolutionary centrism because we have our cultures, our experiences, our inclinations and natures, right? Ah, I get that paranoia from somebody online. Is you guys are trying to make us all LGBTQ. So I'm not trying to make anybody LGBTQ. I struggled for years coming out my own self, right? Being pansexual, androgynous. Pansexual includes being bisexual and gay. And it's a more it's, pansexual is a more umbrella term, being pansexual, right? Which I am. So, meaning that I date or am open to dating, having, although for me dating in a traditional sense, I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm single at the moment, but I'm free love to my allies and armies. If I can massage, kiss, wash with soap or just water, or kiss or hug or touch or give pleasure. Got a lot of kisses from the goddess credited, so can give kisses, massages, learn some massages technique from this COVID and in past lives. Let's work out. Got a bottle of water. Barrel. It's full of the top water and fire. We can work together for world peace. Oh. Ah. I could do some demons now, like, somebody else in the NFL was also bi or gay. It's not just my brother Kal Nassib there on the field. On any given Sunday, there's one on each side. One on each side. Of the offensive and the defensive line, out of those 11, can bet on that. There's one who's LGBTQ in the NFL, like for XYZ reasons, don't know, whatever. So, anyways, back to the paranoia. I say I'm not, unless I'm not trying to, I'm not. Who knows in his mind thinks about LGBTQ propaganda, and we're trying to turn the children. That also, I understand the irrational. Sometimes I'm also driven by irrational thoughts and forces and subconscious of myself. Look, I was moody. Sometimes I'm moody, but I've been through a lot. Been through a lot. Some other people, I don't want to compare. I've been through even worse than I have. I've experienced my share of loneliness, suffering, pain, depression, loneliness, precarious employment, disillusionment with organizations, with proposals and questions. And I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I've been on my own for many, many, many years. I made a few friends along the way. Lost some memory, some past lives, paradoxically remember a lot. Remember a lot in the past years. Although through struggle, made the libraries of the city of Montreal my second home. Many thousands of books, my friends. Read, thousands of books, wrote thousands of pages of theory, proposals, poetry, songs, ideas for scripts, some of them on these USB keys. And check my room office and temple on other USB keys, and even by hand. Many poems, many songs, many theories, of which the important one given in the compendium, debt refusion theory, which I'm calling for the theory to be put into practice. In order to create, institutionalize the Dancing Goddess Army, aka the International Integrated Dance League, which will have its purpose to organize mass dancing events for the recreation and pleasure, especially of the youth, but not only, and in order to environmental education. Mother Nature is the greatest artist, and to clean the oceans, rivers, waterways, lakes, and offer alternatives to move to transition towards the economy. Because I understand, what do we offer? Right? These people, millions of people who depend on their work, their salaries, their stress, change is not easy. But if we don't offer something like change, I don't want to go back to nothing pre-COVID. Adrian Dragan died during COVID. Forget it. Now, during COVID, push-ups, hogs, squats, working out, becoming Dragon Zeros. The motto of the Dragon Army is nobody is born a dragon. Not even yours truly with surname Dragon, Dragan. The blood, sweat, and tears. Thousands of push-ups, thousands of squats, thousands of hogs, thousands of marching steps in steel-toe boots, or running shoes or barefoot. Thousands of miles to turn that A as I'm turning it now with this workout. That ain't to a no. See? Oh, no water. But you can be an ally, support the citizens. Ally. You don't have to be a dragon, but in all willing loving to be a member of the Dragon Army, you have to be able to do the General War Integrated Total Body Training System. Which digressed a bit, which began in October 2019. Again, quick on debt refusion before I digress and lose and come back. Circle and semicircle, and I can't draw a circle. I'm imagining circles around me, or drawing with my hand in my imagination or utterance round about when I go on my marches in circle, come back, circle, circle. I can write, can read, got a problem. Drawing is a problem. I gotta look for volunteers. So debt refusion theory, taking all private and public debt. My private is $10,000. If private debt would represent would be represented by X. If I'm X1 and you're X2 and there's hundreds of thousands, tens of millions, hundreds of millions across North America, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization member countries and beyond, those who will to ally, taking all that number, whatever the number is, with the coupled with the public debt, which could be represented and is in my theory equation by the letter Y. So X is the private debt as myself, private citizen, private individuals. I'm about $10,000, which do give, and there was in the news is that the Bank of Canada, Central Bank of Canada, is going to raise the rate, the bank rate, as it's called. So if they raise it, my interest rate goes up, as it's coupled the central banks, the system with that rate. And not just mine, but the mortgages, the loans, all the debt with all the banks, even some credit cards will grow up as that bank rate from the central bank goes up. So now it's being lowered and lowered and lowered during COVID. It will be very gradual, or my theory put into practice before this goes on. Debt refusion, taking all private and public debt, all the X's, which represents the private debt as myself, XY. The Y would represent Canada, Y1, Y2 United States, Y3 Germany, Y4 Israel, and the alliance first of NATO, calling Israel to become the 31st member of NATO. There are 30 countries in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization member nations, 30 member countries and states in the NATO organization, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Not to be mistaken with NORAD, which is from North American Air Defense System, in Canada and the United States being part of it. Not NORAD, but NATO NATO, North Atlantic Trade Organization. Canada, US, and 28 other countries in Europe, mainly, of course, of the European Union, except for Turkey, is a member of NATO, and calling Israel to be the 31st. Perhaps at the same time by midnight when I get my first dollar donation. Maybe. Still hoping. Hope. Hope. Well, let's do some workout. Let's some practice. Get fit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. One more. One more. So refusing all the debt, meaning taking the numbers of all the private and the public debt, was going to be in the trillions. With that number, creating a global central bank to issue a universal unit of exchange, preferably by biometrics. The hand, the voice, and the eye are unique biometric identifiers to create the two complementary covenant cooperative institutions of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragan Army, in order to secure food, housing, and transport and integrate at all levels of society, to secure food, housing, and transport, and thus ensure freedom for all citizens, allies, subjects thereof. After we have secured these three elements, essential elements of civilization, we can encourage people to work out, train, volunteer, exercise, do community work. Ensure hygiene in public. It's important, public hygiene. Get dirty, love, hug, get vaccinated, get tested. Like I said, maybe I got a variant. Maybe I deserve it. Maybe I just don't deserve to live. Maybe I did a lot of bad karma. Maybe I don't deserve. Maybe we deserve it. Most of us, not the kids, not the children. Right? Anyways. The anthem of the Phoenix, the Dancing Goddess, and the Dragon Empire, the Dragon Kingdom and the Dancing Goddess Empire, one empire and kingdom under the sun on earth. And the anthem will be laughing, playing children and teenagers and youth and young children. There's no lyrics, there's music. They're not like other anthems before with a different type of institutions and organizations to ensure and secure freedom. And it will be the anthem. Universal. No lyrics. It's children laughing, playing, giggling. Love animating for children. I'm writing some children's books, hopefully. If anybody made it this far, not that I get any viewers, but nonetheless. So refuse all debt, private and public, with that number, whatever it is. Refuse it, meaning taking that to credit the creation of the global central bank, the bank of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon and the Phoenix, to issue a universal unit of exchange in order to finance the two complementary covenant cooperative institutions, the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire. One empire, non-sectarian, under the sun, under the moon, on earth. Secure and ensure freedom by those three essential elements for all, and then the social credit system rewarded, or to build up the hygienic products and everything that's needed after this reset of financial, economic, social, political system, to have a new world order of world peace, international justice, and global freedom, and secure global freedom, while working to attain harmony between civilization and nature by mass financing, mass transit, public transit, compost, recycling, solar power, and clean, especially the oceans, rivers, waterways, and lakes, by organizing mass dancing events. I'm calling the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, European Soccer since 1984. Brothers, patriarchal sports leagues with the owners, not and those who make the finances, to support the Dancing Goddess Army, the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force. The cheerleaders of the NFL have been asking and will for their salaries to be tripled. I'm making yours truly dancing. The most powerful weapon in sport on earth for world peace for the greater good. Workout. For the greater good. For the greater good. For the greater good. Sure, I'm not gonna say that I'm perfect, I'm totally so spiritual, enlightened. A little bit sometimes. I realize that Mother Nature is the greatest artist, goddess of starlit heaven, who credits yours truly to that one kiss sent to the goddess that dances with the birth of the sun to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes that our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest, and whose hands deserve to be kissed, feet washed, and bodies massaged, and a good hug. As I realize how fucking useless it can fucking be with the COVID. Although I said totally fucking useless, worthless, not necessarily, because I do have some experience in urban farming. Worked in urban farming a few seasons and tilled the ground, got rid of the weeds, got the hands dirty in the soil, put the water, put the everything that needed to be put there, XYZ, and harvested and ate from the fruits of my labor, my work, which was in the urban farming. In past lives, by the Nile was a farmer feeding the priestesses and the workers to build those pyramids, and by the Euphrates in ancient Babylon, feeding priestesses again, the goddess, yes I said goddess, and by the Danube in ancient Rome to feed the legions, and also some priestesses of the goddess of the temples in ancient Rome, ancient Babylon, and ancient Egypt. Of course, they were divine priestesses, women in a spiritual office, which the dancing goddess army has that little bit of spirituality with art in it. Dancing goddess, to recognize, as I say it, goddess, G-O-D-D-A-S-S, perhaps offends some, just like the word F-R-E-D-O-M offends some, right? But in ancient Rome, ancient Babylon, ancient Egypt, there were women priestesses, and there was the goddess, and the goddess still dances with the birth of the sun to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes. Our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest for us to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. And the leaders of the free world, you need to go kiss those hands and go give them a good hug, right? The farmers. Prices are increasing, but there's pointing the blame and doing that if we don't come up with a solution. I realize egos. We got stuff to lose, right? Lots of stuff to lose. I don't have to lose everything. Be less selfish. Right? If during the COVID, if you're an artist or activist or athlete and you made millions and you have millions in your bank account and you didn't finance food security, held some money with food security, and you had 77 cars and 7 houses and 7 planes and millions of dollars and hundreds of millions of dollars and billions of dollars, and you didn't finance food security, rent, and our society reward you. That's kind of fucking selfish, isn't it? Selfish poison. I'm not perfect. I got a little bit of selfish too, a little bit. I try to be in the middle. I do want to experience things in life that I haven't before, right? See things, do things, eat at restaurants that I couldn't afford. Maybe that's why I was bitter. I couldn't afford a massage therapy. Looking for volunteers in exchange. Work their hands. Let's work them right now. I feel good. Working the upper body now. My lower body's sore. Discussing the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, which wishes are one empire, the sun, the moon, on the stars on earth. As yours truly, dragon androgynous founder thereof, calling all willingly loving to join yours truly. This quest for world peace, international justice, and global freedom. Can use humor, comedy. I'll have to entertain, to perform. I have to do philosophize. Sometimes it gotta take some action too. Not perfect. Far from it. Sometimes maybe I need to get a little bit of slap my own self. I just a little bit of thick. Okay? Back. Yeah. Commission. I'll do it for world peace. That's what I gotta do for world peace. Gotta slap the dragon. Well, I got a tiny little clit dick. There we go. Got out of the way now. Got tiny hands, tiny feet, tiny dick clit. My little androgynous scar. Tiny androgynous scar. Tiny hands, tiny feet. Tiny trinity. Rainbow dragon, tiny trinity. One thing I got is this big mouth. Big mouth. Big mouth. Blah, 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 blah. Push-ups, squats, hugs, little busted dance move. I'll start kissing. Being the leaders of the free world, you know. Push-ups. Tell them to do some push-ups for world peace. What I gotta do? What do we gotta do? Attain harmony between civilization and nature. What do we gotta do for change? Change gotta come with us, within us, right? I'm reaching for enlightenment, for more solutions. I don't know it all. I have a lot of questions. Proposals, but what I do know, I'm COVID again. My trinity. I'm COVID. First and foremost, do not know what caused COVID. Second, believe in zoonotic transmission from snakes. Zoonotic origins is called, transmitted from snakes to human beings. Third, since don't know for sure, cannot rule out another possibility to the origins, transmission of the COVID-19 virus, which caused a financial and social and even moral democratic crises across the world. Financial crisis, the worst, baddest, most negative in 70 years since the Second World War. In 70 years, not even the last one in 2007, 2010, 13 years ago, was as bad, as severe, as negative as this coronavirus recession. And even depressions in some part of the world is, right? I don't know. I believe it was snakes to human beings, but I cannot rule out another possibility, XYZ, because I don't have 100% proof, and there's not a consensus. There's still mysterious origins. A fourth dimension to that trinity is what I do know 100% without any doubt, is that before COVID, 93 days before COVID, yours truly analyzed the world situation as a world peace advocate, and I said, hey, humanity is not heading towards the right path. I know I made bad choices in my life too. Regrets? Not. Gotta think about that. Maybe not. Lost a lot of memory, maybe for the best. I remember a few years ago. I know I'm born Adrian H. Dragan, that who died during COVID and being reborn Adrian Hana Dragan, turning that A into a No and H into H and H, Adrian Hana Dragan, androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess, and the Dragan Army for world peace, international justice, global freedom, and international security. That I know. I graduated high school, I found a high school diploma. Note that neuroplasticity, the scientific miracle, if you put it into practice by reading, writing, and doing, is a miracle. It regenerates near fatal head wound, black sword, black sword, black sword. I had a developed acquired Savant syndrome. Know that in the past years wrote thousands of pages, studied, learned, suffered, struggled, pain, loneliness, depression, XYZ. I've read made the libraries of the city of Montreal, Hawk Island, my second home. Many books, my friends, thousands of books, wrote thousands of pages of poetry, theory, philosophy, script idea, movies, songs, which I'm giving this unscripted, raw, real, revolutionary rants, philosophizing, workout, training exercises, as I am doing now. Well, not the best quality, but the video, it's kind of afford, although it's more about the sayings, the pronouncement, and less about the superficial aspect, although perhaps I'm not guilty of being superficial sometimes too. God damn, that booty fine, that booty fine, that booty fine. God damn, that booty fine, booty fine, booty fine. God damn, that booty fine, booty fine, booty fine. I like some wine, all the from the underground raw, get it refined, get it refined. I don't drive, so I'm drunk on the street, steel toe boots, y'all can't give me no fine, y'all can't give me no fine, y'all can't give me no fine. I guess I gotta record this. Gotta go live on Instagram. Gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine, gonna be fine. Real rap. See, I'm an underground rapper as well. I gotta have a hobby. Is there something wrong with that? I got a problem. What's the problem? How can we solve it? You want a hug? Want a kiss? Half a kiss? Want a little jog? You'll excuse this poet of creative moment. For world peace. Yeah, that booty fine, that booty fine, that booty fine, that booty fine. You know, hardcore raw, but I like some wine refined, some wine refined, some wine refined, yeah. I can give me no fines, I'm drunk in steel toe boots, yeah, I don't drive, yeah, I don't drive, yeah, I can give no fines, no fines. I'm going out of my mind, but I starlight, but I starlight, that I starlight. And I got it. Kiss is gonna be alright, it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be alright. No money for the studio. That's gonna put the bill, yo. I gotta put the bill, yo. I'm gonna put the bill, yo. Well, that's okay, though. Lyrics. Copyright. 3 a.m. somebody's already made a song. Put it on Spotify. I'll give you no credit. Adrian, Class War. Underground rapper named Class War needs some more coffee. But first, I'm gonna do some workout. Yeah, I lust, L-U-S-T. I drink some wines I never drank. I eat at a few restaurants I never ate before. Try some new food I never tasted before. Yeah, I admit it. I also give offer my allies and armies. No, you call my allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance, legions. Got credit interest free. The goddess. Started heavens who sends one kiss to the goddess that dances with the brother sun. And the sun is the eye of the dragon. The red dragon and the goddess emblem there, one empire and kingdom under the sun and stars on earth. That kiss turns into 93 trillions of kisses. Yours truly. 93 trillion. 1 trillion is 1 million million. 1 trillion has 12 zeros. 1 billion has 6 zeros. Right? I can offer. Make y'all millionaires. Millionaires and kisses. Credit. Take it will. 800 Dragan. With a dancing or ally or army, you gotta do the general war integrated total body training system. Put some coffee and come back to that. The general war integrated total body training system. What is it? What am I talking about? Well, you're gonna hear about it now. General War Integrated Total Body Training System. General War Integrated Total Body Training System. 7 words, aka the 300 workout. Millennials, I know sometimes 7 words, a phrase, gotta shorten it down a bit. I'm with it. Trim it down, man. Your videos took 3 minutes. 3 hours. I love you, man. Allies and armies. Love, love. Love is action. Love, man. You know. Good loving. Some of that good loving, good loving. Yeah, I admit I love to lust and lust and loving. Yeah, I admit I love to touch and love to touch. Gotta consent. Ain't no patriarchal BS. Ain't no patriarchal BS. I say God is blessed. With your winches. With your winches. It was a made up word. It's 3 words put together and never mind that. General War Integrated Total Body Training System. The General War Integrated Total Body Training System is yours truly. Creation, production, made, designed and created to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario back in October 2019. After I had taken into consideration what had transpired, namely the US-China trade war, the arrest of Meng Wanzhou, aka Kathy Meng, consequently Michael Spavor, Michael Kovic, and historical events such as the Pearl Harbor event, surprise attack by the Japanese Imperial Army, I think December 7th, 1941, got to double check, but I'm pretty sure I got it right. I wouldn't bet, but I'm more than 50%, so flip a coin. So I've created the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, designed, made and created just like a coin to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario. As I was saying in my analysis, that we, humanity, are on a path to World War III. And so made, created and designed the workout, General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the 300 workout, to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario. And paradoxically, in a providential parallel way, like I said on COVID, my Trinity, there's a doubt. I think it was snakes, I believe it was snakes, but I cannot rule out another possibility since I don't. There's a doubt. I'm not 100% convinced. I don't have proof 100%. But this 4th dimension, my workout created to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario, which, in an eerie, providential, paradoxical way, resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crisis. that I do know 100% without a doubt. Without a doubt. What causes World War III in my scenario is a stock market crash which triggers a global financial collapse. That's the beginning of my fictitious World War III scenario, which was integrated and it's ongoing for me performing the General War Integrated Body Training System, although in the coming days, weeks, and maybe some months ahead, depending on the weather, I'm doing them around Hawk Island, Montreal, consecrated and designed several gymnasiums across the island, Hawk Island, Montreal. That I do know. Indoors, in my room, office and temple, performed 213 sessions. First one beginning, and I have proof, everything is documented. My online philosophy, workout, theories, and art and poetry has been rants over coffee and movies, reviews, and what have you. Other news has been documented. My channel on Facebook, on social media for a few years now. So October 17 was the first session of the General War Integrated Body Training System, which was fully performed in this underground room house and temple. October 17, 2019. 213 sessions down, so with the ones that I'm doing outdoors, now in urban jungle, in the concrete, I've made several gymnasiums, which I'm going to use in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead until they're covered in snow. And then we'll proceed again in the indoors. And to change it up a bit, doing the outdoors, imagining different scenarios and doing different General War Integrated Body Training System. So you got to do it. If you want to be a dragon, you don't have to be a dragon or a member of the Dancing Goddess Army nor the Dragon Army. You can support, be an ally, support it in whatever capacity you want, you can, you will, willingly loving all. Citizens, allies, supporters, lovers, subjects, revolutionaries. The General War Integrated Body Training System's rules are this, and they are required as examination and is the de facto standard training system for the Dragon Army and will be was and will be. You got 93 minutes, that's an hour and a half and 3 minutes to do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hawks for that trinity of push-ups, hawk squats. 100 reps must be performed. A maximum of 13 repetitions is allowed, a minimum of 3 or anywhere in between. You can do, of course, reps of 10, as I'm doing reps of 10, turns of 6, 7, or anywhere in between, or it's not regimented within the rules. There's a lot of room for play, for maneuver, for how you feel, for how you want to experiment, what's best for you, or you can do it differently every time. 4 basic fundamental rules. You got 93 minutes. So once you start the countdown, the clock of 93 minutes, go. 93 minutes, you don't stop, you don't pause. Once you start the 93 minutes, you march, you jog, you run, you walk fast pace. A maximum 13 repetitions per set. A minimum of 3, anywhere in between 7, 6, 10 until you get to 100 reps for each of the trinity. Push-ups, squats, hawks. Maximum 13 repetitions per set to be written down or allowed. Minimum 3, those two numbers go together, keep them in mind. 13 and 3, 13 and 3, 13 and 3. Maybe a verse of some rap song, rock song, or from a book or somewhere. Exodus, whatever. Genesis, whatever. Or just like that, the numbers. And a minimum of 31 seconds, fourth rule. Another number to remember. So you got 4 numbers, 4 rules. 31 seconds in between each set. So once you do, whether you do 13 max or 3 minimum or anywhere in between, or the hawk squats, push-ups, you don't stop, you don't pause once the 93 minutes starts. You gotta march, jog, walk fast pace, run. A minimum of 31 seconds in between each set. Good luck, wish you well. Dragon Zero, bless you. So those are the rules, effective, efficient, simple. Again, the rules of the General War Integrated Body Training System. and is the de facto examination and standard training system. And just like in my scenario, since I've seen that my scenario resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crisis, and in my scenario, fictitious what causes World War III is a stock market crash, which subsequently triggers a global financial collapse. And although it had the destruction of the stock market crash, financial collapse, and World War III event, my scenario had the destruction, devastation. It also had a rebirth, reset, and regeneration, rebuilding back better. Had also the solution. And since I've seen in the midst of COVID that my scenario resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crisis due to COVID, the stock market crash began crashing February 20th, 2020, and then did about April 7th or so. It triggered recessions and depressions worldwide. So triggering those depressions and recessions, just like in my scenario, what causes World War III is the stock market crash, global financial collapse. Since July 24th, 2020, had founded the Dragan Army, or truly officially titled International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force. July 24th, I began advocating, calling for the solutions, just like envisioned in my scenario, refusing all private and public debt to create the two complementary institutions, just like in my scenario, mobilizing 1% of the citizens of NATO member countries, and all the rest willingly loving allies and supporters. 1% of willingly loving allies and supporters of NATO member countries first. Canada, US calling Israel to be the 31st member NATO country. Mobilizing 1% of citizens who are able to do the workout within the rules. Integrating, creating this new institution, the Dragan Army, of which yours truly is the general founding captain thereof, Dragan Zero, in order to secure the three elements of civilization for all: food, housing, and transport. Once you have those three secured elements, we can encourage people to work out, train, volunteer, do community work in the public, get hygiene, and then we can work from there to build a world order, new world order of world peace, international justice, and global freedom. By securing the three, we'll ensure secure freedom, securing food, housing, and transport by this public-private partnership and the creation of the global central bank and the Dragan Army to maintain and secure freedom by securing the three essential elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport. Rules will be simple, effective for navigating the transportation, and the citizens, allies, and supporters and subjects be able to move. XYZ, the Dragan Army, to encourage people to integrate, putting my theory into a citizen integration, civilizational citizen integration theory put into practice. Since many decades we had specialization. This is great and good and very superb in certain cases, has also created alienation and division. So we need to have also the Dragan Army to people to volunteer, to go learn how compost is made, recycling, how power lines work, how hydroelectricity here in Quebec, or nuclear power, or XYZ, all levels, integrated all levels across civilizational sectors of civilization, whether in the arts, in the science, in the economy. Secure food, housing, and transport first. The essential will be ready then afterwards. For the next pandemic, for future generations, we'll have freedom ensured and secured. And once those three essential elements are secured, we can encourage people to dance, work out, get dirty, but get back clean, because staying dirty gets bacteria, germs, disease. So wash hands, rub with soap. Get dirty, but get back clean, because bacteria, germs, disease gets us no civilization, no rapping, no arting, no loving, no playing, no XYZ. So I don't want to go back to nothing. I just want to go back to more loving, more dancing, more working out, more training, more laughing, more knowledge, more doing, and better resting, and experiencing new foods and music and that. Workout. So the General War Integrated Whole Body Training System de facto examination. Good luck. I gotta do it within the rules posted, and my official volunteer representative, my OVR, official volunteer representative, Retziel Ayelwork, official volunteer representative, Retziel Ayelwork. Retziel Ayelwork is my official volunteer representative. Direct, inform, comment, bless you in my name, Adrian, Dragan. Androgynous pansexual founder of the Dancing Goddess. empire and the Dragon Kingdom, and the Dragon Kingdom and the Dancing Goddess Empire, one kingdom and empire. And the stars under the moon on earth for world peace, international justice, global freedom, attaining harmony between civilization and with nature, a universal revolutionary centrist, yours truly, Adrian, Dragon, androgynous, pansexual. Dragon army securing food, housing, and transport, the three essential elements. Do some workout for it. Oh, 42 pounds minimum, 50-pound minimum. Barrel of water is feel it. Feel it usually after the 7th repetition. For world peace. So again, due to the paradoxical providence and parallel of my scenario of resembling and predating the COVID-19 health and financial crises, that's what I've began advocating for. Creating the Dragon Army, officially international citizen integrated social security force, in order to be infused and absorb all existing private and public security forces and armed forces and police forces, and integrate and absorb. Create this new institution, supranational, transnational, the Dragon Army from all existing armed forces, police forces, in order to secure the three elements of civilization. Those three elements are food, housing, and transport. Once those three are secured, we can encourage people to work out, train, volunteer. M4, decriminalizing, legalizing drugs such as marijuana, cannabis, even cocaine, even speed, ecstasy, with standardization, security, and sanitation. The double SS's of standardization of drugs. Security and sanitation, meaning to be sanitary, hygiene, and secure, meaning with information and the knowledge of the consumption involved for adult population, right? For recreational use, and giving amnesty to certain individuals who have been incarcerated for drug offenses, and giving them a deal, have some written down, very simple, very effective. Listen, still whatever. Do the Dragon Army, want to secure, want some redemption, want some redemption, is your choice. We got some redemption. We all do. I'm not perfect. More chance to redeem themselves and ourselves, or better, to rebirth for the children's pleasure, to educate them and to encourage them to work out, train, exercise their body. The body, in my philosophy, being as a temple for purpose and for pleasure. For purpose to work, exercise, help somebody else in crises, in work, in building, in maintaining civilization. I can definitely improve my home improvement skills. Anybody willingly loving volunteer. Take yours truly, Dragon. House building. The workers who build the skyscrapers. Give them a massage. Give them some service. The Dragon Army also not only a social security force to secure food, housing, and transport, and encourage people on the streets and encourage public hygiene, but also encourage people to dance, to work out, and if need be, for XYZ reasons, fear or XYZ phobias or whatever, allies, supportive citizens of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, the Dragon and the Dancing Goddess Empire, when stepping outside in the public domain of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, when they will need to, for XYZ reasons, they will to separate 2 meters distance from somebody. The Dragon has to. That's the right of the individual citizen. For XYZ reason. Say I want to be 2 meters apart today, or for XYZ, or COVID mutates, or whatever eventuality. But even if not, for XYZ reasons, whether hygienic or whatever, stay 2 meters apart in the public. I'll be the private and the public balance. Right here in my room, office, and temple. Right? Right now, I can close it, pop, stop, close the blinds, turn the lights off, get naked. Start doing this. Keep on getting naked, loving in the free world, free world. Tell the leaders of the free world, Dragon Zero's message. 13 for world peace, motherfucker. Leaders of the free world. Rights and responsibilities, duties and obligations. Simple, effective. We don't need to have Constitution of the Ranting Goddess and the Dragon Empire. 10,000 pages. Summary. I've been and slogans. Sure, I got slogans. More than slogans, it's mottos that have, which embody a philosophy. And the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom are non-sectarian. Non-sectarian, non-sectarian. Meaning what? If you agree to the principles, whether you're an atheist or whatever else or whatever, you can be an ally, a supporter, a citizen, support the Dragon Kingdom and the Dancing Goddess Empire, which are one empire and kingdom under the sun, under the moon, on earth, for world peace, international justice and global freedom, securing global freedom, ensuring global freedom. Right. Right. Ensuring, securing global freedom. You can use humor, comedy, the arts for good, learn more. Integrate with all existing private and public corporations and institutions and armed security forces, Dragon Army and Dancing Goddess Army. Just two complementary covenant institutions to absorb and integrate with all existing institutions and organizations, both at the private and at the public level. If we're free, if we're transformed, and our body is a temple for pleasure and for purpose. I could love the allies and armies, wash, massage, kiss, with hygiene, vaccinated all my allies and armies, make it an overtime. Could love my allies and armies overtime, put in extra work. LOV and all sides of pleasure and purpose for the body. And then do, because we gotta maintain, upgrade civilization. Let's work out. Gotta attain harmony between civilization and nature. Extra. I gotta offer creative alternatives, right? To change, to that more public transit, right? More public transit, less cars, you know. I'd offer them something also, right? Pleasure or purpose, to help out, to volunteer, and help them out around the house or whatever. Have your security, social security, and service. Of course, yours truly, the people's doctor. And many years reading, writing, declare myself a people's doctor, Dr. Dragan. Turn blood, sweat, and tears to turn that A into a no. Commission somebody, book on psychology, medicine, we'll read it. I don't like to read much, get upset, triggered the other day, seeing the COP26, Leaders of the Free World. They gotta read a piece of paper. And it's urgent that we take climate action now. I understand for statistics, for numbers, you gotta read a bit, but and the climate change crises. And action is required now. The climate. You gotta read that off a piece of paper. I got so upset watching especially the leaders, me, of course, many past lives, many incarnations across nations. But I'm Canadian, I'm a world LGBTQ rainbow dragon citizen of the world. But I'm Canadian, North American, part of the North American civilization within the context of a human civilization, right? And for great reform, I think I offer some solutions, not all. Creative suggestions, but we gotta take action. Blah blah blah. I stagnated. I spent years suffered and depressed. And creative, still sometimes moody, upset. Financial stresses, security, or the rent, housing can be. What are you gonna do? People are gonna fall in criminality, right? The youth, right? Shit. gotta secure freedom, ensure freedom, and the youth, the energies, what are aggressive, it's like force, it's like fire. It's neutral. It can be used for good, for great cooking, for pleasure, for heating during the winter, XYZ. It can be used for not so good, right? To harm others or whatever. So understanding the nature is also a key of our psychology. I admit I have sometimes, I try to be in the middle, between the middle, the low, and the upper. The two extremes, the upper, which is enlightenment and total bliss, and in nirvana and heaven. I have a joke. Adrian Dragan is enlightened. I'm enlightened. Oh, when I meditate, I do recite moon, midnight, sunrise, sunset. Natural was motto of the dancing goddess. All fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made by the dance. The spiritual philosophy of the dance of the planet Earth, Mother Nature, the goddess, the forgotten goddess, greatest artist. Mother Nature dances with the sun, has been, is, and will be dancing with the sun. Do mantras, do meditations, spiritual meditations, believe in a higher power, a higher force. I'm not that dogmatic, right? I'm a universal spiritual teaching student because I'm learning every day. We've other teachers existed and prophets. I have a lot of questions and can tell you my philosophy. I say God is, God is, God is, God is, God is. When they say God, I say and the goddess. God, yes, and the goddess. Man and woman and both. You're truly androgynous or whatever gender, sexual orientation. Right? The rainbow, power of the rainbow. Rainbow goddess. So I write online to support my fellow LGBTQ nation, which I love across nations, fellow LGBTQ rainbow nations. Sometimes I've been part of many support groups, trans support groups and LGBTQ support groups on social media. Sometimes they have problems for being LGBTQ. Coming out is not always easy. It's XYZ problems. And I say, well, it's okay. Just tell them it's okay. Rainbow goddess, the goddess, rainbow goddess loves you, blesses you with 1,000,000 kisses. You know, the philosophy, spiritual philosophy, the divinity in you, in mankind, in us. Seeing my spiritual philosophies and teachings, spiritual philosophy. The hair on the goddess's body are the trees, and I say, look at that mighty tree when I go on my marches and walk. Oh, look at it. 7 times the size of yours truly, Rainbow Dragon. 7 times my size. I realize I'm a piece of dust turning into ashes in the face of the goddess which dances with the brother's son, right? I'm not totally devoid of ego. So the joke would be that totally enlightened, reached high peak. This is part of my spiritual teachings. And although we reach a high level, we're still dependent on a force outside of ourselves, more superior in many ways of ourselves. Food. It's holy, sacred, divine food for food security. My $1.56 dinner. Holy, sacred, and divine. Holy, sacred, and divine. Verstehst? It's coffee, it's food. I have energy to make this video, to rant, to call and hope for my first dollar donation by midnight via PayPal, or hey, can I get your commission? Can you do an hour for What deal can you make me? Can you come dance for an hour? Can you come dance for 2? Can you come dance for 3? I can come dance for 77 minutes. Maybe 93. Maybe 156 minutes. 3 hours. I need a massage. About 15 minutes. Or some food or some. Open for business. Still hoping. Still working. It's hard, isn't it? Financial pressures, right? Try to excel. If I can be of service in whatever case, put a professionalism and leave out of the baggage, leave it at the door, leave it in my room, office, and temple. When I step outside, I'm no longer just private, although now I share a lot of public. As private citizen Adrian, Dragan, Dragan Zero, androgynous pansexual founder, the dancing goddess in the Dragon Empire, Dragan Zero, general founding captain of the Dragon Army. No longer just private. Step outside in the public. I'm also a public citizen with rights and responsibilities, but also certain duties and obligations. And the private, close everything now, turn the lights off, stop the video, close the blinds, and none of your fucking business, right? But I'm open for business, putting a little bit of my private mixed with the private and the public, sharing with the public, which is the internet, whatever that is. Let's work out some more. Oh, I got a little bit of energy. Feels good. So balancing the private and the public. Simple philosophy. Simple laws. It changes, it's needed changes. Local, national, international. Calling all willingly loving. And the paradox, like I said on the COVID, I don't know for sure. This is zoonotic transmission from snakes to human beings. Cannot rule out another possibility. What I do know, fourth dimension to that trinity on COVID, is that my scenario resembled the COVID-19 health and financial crises. Now I'm double vaccinated and I'm willing to get the third. I had COVID symptoms this past 11 days. The coughing, I'm getting better in the past 3 days. Got tested when mass testing became available 3 times. Got tested negative and double vaxxed. Got a tattoo of the goddess on her forehead there. Got 2 COVID shots. Willing to get the third Pfizer or whatever it is, Moderna, third time. Maybe third time's the charm. Well, had COVID. End of January until about February 20th. It was very sickle and disease. It was like pestilence, death, and disease. In many ways did die during COVID. Many ways. Adrian Dragan died during COVID. He was born Adrian Dragan. He was the androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Empire. Which are one empire under the sun and the stars and the moon on earth for world peace, international justice and global freedom and security, which is the mission of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Empire in parallel with the Phoenix People's Party, and calling on all willingly living to join, support my theory to be put into practice, debt refusion theory, refusing all private and public debt, creating a global central bank to issue a universal unit of exchange, preferably by biometrics, DI. the voice and the hand are unique biometric identifiers. And thus, with that number of the refused debt of all private and public debt, taking that number, crediting the institution with that number. My credits is 93 trillions of kisses plus from the eye of the dragon, the sun. Push-ups in the millions, squats in the millions, hawks in the millions, marching steps in the billions. And washing and kissing and massaging and ranting and rapping and poetry and chanting and ranting and speaking. Work out. Oh yeah. Oh, that felt good. That felt good. So since July 24th, seeing that July 24th, 2020, seeing that the COVID-19 health and financial crisis resembles my scenario, that's what had begun advocating for the creation of the two complementary covenant cooperative institutions, Dragan Army, officially titled International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, to be infused and integrated with all existing public and private security forces, first of NATO, just like envisioned in my scenario, by mobilizing 1% of citizens of NATO member countries, creating this institution. Those who can do the general war integrated whole body training system of the rules I just said. You got 93 minutes to do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hawks. For that trinity, 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hawks, 13 max reps per set, 3 minimum anywhere in between, 7, 6, 10, 5. 13 max, 3 minimum. You got a march, jog, walk, fast pace, minimum of 31 seconds in between once you start the 93-minute countdown to the clock to perform within the rules. 4 rules, the 4 numbers to keep in mind. 93, one number 93 for 93 minutes. It's allotted, given time to complete it. Max, you got to complete 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hawks, maximum 13 reps per set, minimum 3 anywhere in between. That's not everything in my teeth. Do it different every time. You can. There's a minimum of 31 seconds marching, jogging, walking, fast pacing between once you have the clock. Recommend 5 minutes minimum to 10 to even 15 minute warming up before you start the squats, the push-up or hawks in whatever order. Hawks, push-up, squats, push-up, hawks, squats, squats, push-up, hawks. Good luck. If you fail, you want to try again and again and again. 213 have performed in this underground room office and temple, lost more than 77 pounds. Working out, training, exercising has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for me, as I believe it is for many. I've been calling for the mass financing thereof, especially for my brothers in the patriarchal sports leagues, since there's no women's sports league that makes even close to the financials. Not even close. There's women sports individual figures who make a little bit, but not that many. Not like in the sports leagues, patriarchal sports leagues, where men only, all boy club. Only one came out this 3 months ago, calling Nasib being LGBTQ. I understand. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Far from it. I admit a lot of things. Most don't. Don't. I admit I cannot lift the sword of freedom by myself. That is for sure. I got 2 tiny hands, tiny feet, tiny clit, dick, my androgynous little scar. It's a double-edged, but a sword. Maybe my sister, my friend, one I love him, called Sister Friend, who's a teacher also in the 4th dimension, my one and only financial sponsor, helps to lift it. Her anonymous help. Or sword that I envision is 2-edged, one black, one white, and the handle a rainbow with a priestess or a goddess figure on it, handing the sword, and a dragon wrapped around it, and with a snake and a lion and a hawk. The emblem and an eye. Right? You know, that's in my mind how I see my sword. Can't afford to buy one. Could make one. Possibly try. Probably. Better not. Might end up breaking something. I want to learn so many other domains and things in society which we specialize with. That's why we're disconnected, right? That's why the Dragan Army to integrate my volunteering community work, which I love. Yes. Oh, that was good. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ah, feel it. Ooh. Ah, feel much better. Feel much better when after I marched about, but say 4 hours, about more than 3.5 hours, and about less than 4 hours and 15. I put the clock after I marched already 10 minutes. I put the clock, came to 4 hours in, put the timer, but I didn't put it right away. It was like 5 to 10 minutes after I've left my room office in Temple. So 4 hours 31 minutes was marching, but marching, shopping, taking care of some business, doing photocopies, XYZ, and marched towards the sun. Got a bit of sun, so I was stabilized my mood a bit. It's a bit moody, upset. You know, some days is better than others. It's okay not to be okay. Feelings, emotions, they matter. They're important. They're part of us, right? Priestess of the goddess of the irrational subconscious. Sometimes we're moved by subconscious, irrational forces and fears, right? I said in one of my videos, not that anybody watching, or maybe documented, watch them over the holidays. I put my playlist, watch what the hell, watch it on the big screen. It's like that. Thanks to my sister, my friend, one I love and call sister, who's a friend teacher and aforementioned anonymous financial, one and only financial sponsor, got a bigger screen TV so I can watch my workouts maybe there, put on the weekend, Saturday night, 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., or 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., or both. 93 goes when I tell my brothers and sisters. Universal wannabe spiritual teaching student. Anyways, gonna be doing some reading. I'll be putting some. I'm just gonna put a little bit more coffee if you don't mind. I should drink too much, so I won't put too much. I'm just gonna put it, and later we're gonna just have tea. But I will finish this last drops of water, 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 water, last drops of water, last drops of water. So water. Keep on listening to rappers that be living in gated communities, man. Most of you, a lot of you, too many of you listen to rappers that be living in gated communities, man. Keep watching NFL players, NFL, NHL, National Basketball Association, calling to support the dancing goddess army, to organize for a purpose, for pleasure, for dance. Them patriarchal sports leagues and the owners and the players and the multi-millionaire athletes hopefully to donate for food security, for the children to work out, train, exercise, encourage, mass finance it. We need it. Dragan Army to encourage the youth to work out, train, exercise, which has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for me. A great investment. Have no money to invest. Already minus, how much am I in the minus now? More than 360 now in the minus. Got $4 paid per month to get a 500 overdraft protection, so don't pay interest or surcharges on it. Suggest you millennials do the same, unless you get in the minus and you get $38 or sometimes 40, and then interest. So I guess financial institutions, banks make a lot of money like that. Fees when you go in the minus, in the red, and you don't have the overdraft protection. Pay $4 a month to have it. So I can go in the minus, in the red, 500. I'm already minus. I paid 1/3 of my phone bill. My rent's paid. Pay my rent. Can't get me out. It's November. November 4th. So I got a few weeks to work out, train, exercise, before I keep on ranting, putting the video, documenting my fitness, philosophical journey. Open for business 24/7, but although all the RBC, besides that, don't owe nobody nothing, really. So I want to give back and be of service. My brothers and sisters, whoever wills to be my family. I've been on my own for many, many years, besides having my sister, who's my friend, and also oftentimes has been a teacher. Fourth Dimension is one and only financial sponsor. And I'm the friend who I made in the past many years, anonymous. Met him providentially in a library, place of learning, so consider them my family in many ways. And anybody else willingly living to be Adrian Hunter Dragan's family, my allies, armies, supporters of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Army, are my family. If you want to be my family, or my ally, supporter, ally, army, family. Work out a new philosophy. The body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. Admit a lot of things. Sometimes it's not good to let things grow too crooked in the dark, you know. Have lusts, physical desires, and education, consent, right? As we experience things differently, how we feel, we don't know. With so many things, emotion, internally, subconscious. We act on irrational fears, irrational prejudices, right? Look at that, just mentioned, and work out a bit first. There's gonna be a total body today. Tomorrow's gonna be cleaning while dancing, purifying, cleaning, rooting my room off in temple. So many times I got online on the Pride Parade, write to my fellow LGBTQ rainbow community, love you, my fellow LGBT. So I watch online Pride parades during COVID, cancellations and what have you, but somewhere it was held in Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and Berlin, and other places. Right, love you, my fellow LGBTQ nation across nations. Right, I said, you guys wanna turn us all? I don't want. It's been hard enough for me to come out and admit it. It's 7 years since I came out as androgynous pansexual on Halloween. It's my anniversary. 7 years. For more than 13.3 years, I've struggled, repressed it, hid it, was ashamed of it. And the shame and the guilt, right, and the peer pressures or collective. How am I gonna be starting a rap career? Goddamn, gonna smack you with my rainbow. Gonna smack you with my rainbow. We can put them gloves and we can go. You homophobe, homophobe. You lying, you lust. You done been on your knees though. You done been on your knees, bro. Liars. Not perfect. I told a few lies. Not malicious lies to hurt people, but sometimes white lies. I was meditating on that concept. So I forgot, like, you know, Santa Claus, or for the greater good, for the children, you know. It's a philosophical, moral, ethical dilemma. I like to discern, ask questions, and generally, it's my belief, and I did found the Dragon Kingdom and the Dancing Goddess Empire, and the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, and one empire, and Phoenix People's Party, and calling for the complementary cooperative covenant institutions of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Army for the greater good, for the greater good, for the greater good. Sure, I want to have no debt, $10,000 debt. I want to experience different foods I've never experienced, travel to places I never traveled before, have clothing or especially steel toe boots I could never afford before. The $156 ones, I bought the $49 ones and not the $156 ones. I want to try one of those. Right. I want to have different things. Most of my clothing now that I have is either gifts from my sister, it's my friend and my sometimes teacher. Most of the clothes I have now are gifts from her and secondhand purchased at Renaissance. Which have this I've found, this hat I've found. This was bought affordable, cheap and least expensive. I think $9.99 this hoodie. This I bought secondhand, so I remember secondhand. These were all secondhand. My jewelry. Like what a priestess or the goddess, best believe it. Pants for my friend. Work out. I feel that one. I sleep good. 10:29 p.m. It's the Hawk Island, Montreal evening, 4th of November. Yours truly, Special Trinity, mind, body, and spirit. I'm gonna go do some reading. Let's see what's in the news. And in the news has been, yesterday I was seeing a video and saying that China, People's Republic of China, had encouraged or even ordered a lot of his citizens to stockpile some food for the winter. To get emergency, you want to stockpile food for the winter. Do they know something we don't? And supposedly was a new cases in China of COVID, which are going towards a lockdown. It was a variant and it mutates, going round about in different across the globe, right? I don't know what caused it. Believe it was snakes, don't know for sure. Fourth dimension to that trinity, but do know for sure. My scenario resembled it. In my scenario that had the solution, and that's what I'm advocating for. The creation of the Dragon Army, officially international citizen integrated social security force, by mobilizing 1% of the citizenry adult population of NATO member countries, North Atlantic Treaty Organization member countries, and I'm calling on Israel to be the 31st ASAP, and then everybody else willingly living from Latin America, Central America, the Middle East, Africa, extending the hand of peace from the east to the west to the north to the south for a new world order of world peace, international justice, and global freedom, securing global freedom and ensuring global freedom, and attaining harmony between civilization and with nature by creating these two complementary cooperative institutions, of which I've just aforementioned. Stop throwing dirt, filth, and poison in my eye, brother. And encourage our children, our youth, our adolescents to work out, train, exercise, not to be ashamed of their body. A new philosophy of spiritual, physical philosophy of the body being a temple for purpose and for pleasure. Whatever. Sexuality, sexual orientation, gender identification, or exploration, or play, and as much in the workplace to be enjoyed with play and dancing and loving and consent and understanding and hygiene. Very important in the public domain. We step outside, hygiene, wash and clean. Right? Encourage our youth to love, love, love. Right? They bring me joy. See young love, making love, kissing, hugging, running after each other. Of course, consent, and education. This appreciation. I'm grateful. Got this cup of coffee, this bottle of workout. My rent is paid. Can't kick me out. It's November 4th. That's November. 30 days. November has 30 days, right? So I got 26 more days. I'm gonna do three Trinity. Fridays, cleaning, purifying, rolling my room off, and temple, working out. This month of Scorpio, I'm gonna be doing discussions of the Phoenix People's Party, which is the political party, the Universal Revolutionary Centrist party. Going all willingly loving. Let's work out. We're gonna train the mind and the meditation. We're gonna do some reading on the news. With more working out. 156, 1 hour 56 minutes. Turn a bit so on the back. And we go to the news. What's in the news? What is in the news? So I'm just gonna see what it gives me. Search the web. See what is it give me on COVID. COVID. So COVID. I'm gonna put in the news. In the news on COVID. NWT reports 0 new COVID-19 cases for the first time in months. Yes. CNN. Sanjay Gupta talks with COVID-19 survivors about misinformation. I still believe it. I know I'm a survivor. I had it before mass testing was available at the beginning. It's very sickling disease. I thought I was gonna die. So what's this? So sick, coughing. End of January until about February 20th. Very sick, very dizzy, like pestilence, death and disease. Double vaccinated and willing to get the third. Increased in hygiene, even the products. Which I bought today. A lot of pasta, nine bags of 900 grams, which is 2 pounds each of pasta. So 9 times 2 is 18 pounds of pasta. Oh, that's why it was heavy, the backpack. My back. 6 bags of peanuts, all very affordable. The pasta was $1.27. Pasta, bread, naan bread, about $1 chocolates. Actually, you could really say $1 chocolates from Switzerland. From Switzerland. So from Switzerland. Look at the label. Like to expect the label to say, hey, can this be Swiss chocolate? Usually get expensive. Maybe because of the deal when you buy wholesale. You know, they can make such a big deal that they can afford to sell it at retail price of $1 Canadian. Not so good news in the other COVID. Greatest surge ever. Hospital yard doctor warns of increasing COVID-19 numbers in San Juan Regional Medical Center. Australia News live update. Nation to pass 80% vaccination target today. That's good. It's going up 80%. Australia. Aaron Rodgers from the football. Aaron Rodgers bust a dance move, got his kiss supported dancing, got his army. He's on a leash. Multi-millionaire, you already good to go, already got your finances, athlete. Aaron Rodgers has COVID-19. But Green Bay must answer questions about NFL protocol. Interesting. Arizona won't stop using COVID money for anti-mask grants. That's Arizona, state of Arizona. COVID hit India. Cinemas bet on delayed blockbusters to revive crowds. I've been delayed because of COVID, the blockbusters. Love Bollywood movies. I think the dancing is just divine, sacred, and holy. So beautiful. Love the colors. Love. If anybody says Gajini is one of my favorite movies of all time. Seen it like twice. Maybe I'll watch it again this weekend. Did Packers QO pass on COVID vaccination? 20 questions, answers on the COVID-19 vaccine rules for workers in the USA Today. Britain approves Merck's COVID-19 pill in world's first. Britain on Thursday became the first country in the world to approve a potentially game-changing COVID-19 antiviral pill. Europe, the global epicenter of the COVID pandemic once again. Once again. Chris Eubank is battling coronavirus. The 55-year-old former super middleweight champion was appearing on stage along with Adrian in the event titled De Blasio to pay kids $100 to get the COVID-19 vaccine. That's good. Out of his own pocket? De Blasio or De Blasio through New York? Guess we'll have to find out. No more. Let's work out. Let's see what else is in the news. Work out a bit. Let's see if in the news we're gonna see I'm gonna search for China. China in the news. China mocks powerless bite of his body for U.S. Record Daily Mail. Pentagon. This is Yahoo News. Pentagon report assesses China's military might, hypersonic missiles and 1,000 nuclear warheads by 2030. Wow. China already, of course, has nuclear warheads and ICBMs and tested just barely a week ago. So the hypersonic missile, which was kind of controversial and very, very alarming, to say the least. Tough is a tough situation, and it has gotten worse geopolitically since the US-China trade war. My hope then, as it is now, and perhaps will be, perhaps it's too late, I'm just a dreamer, I'm hopeful, that there will be re-establishment of cordial, mutually beneficial and friendly relations. But since the US-China trade war, Sino-Canadian, Sino-United States, Sino-North American, Sino-Western relations have been from bad to worse the past weeks, especially months and years recent. Let's work out. For world peace. And it gives me goosebumps whenever there's growing tensions or another problems, whether financial, economic, commercial, or political, geopolitical, diplomatic, or social, military. It gives me goosebumps. What gives me goosebumps? Xi Jinping's statement in his speech in July, a few months ago barely. I have it memorized, engraved in my mind and body. Look, I'm not kidding. I'm not playing, I'm not putting fucking theater here. I'm an independent student, scholar of history, wars, civilization had... Well, US-China trade war was one of my main elements of me creating this scenario, which resembles the coronavirus health and financial crises. Because from what I studied and know of China, I believe the US-China trade war was a mistake. I did a lot of mistakes too. Nothing personally against Donald Trump. My belief was that Donald Trump had an antiquated understanding and view of China, and viewed China through a 1960s, 1970s backwards agrarian state, and many fail and do the same, and views China solely through the lens of China being a one-party communist state. And that's true. Since 1989, China has been able to maintain its one-party communist state rule. Now, I'm not defending, I'm not going to go into XYZ. I'm just going to say, I believe the US-China trade war, there could have been alternatives. My belief and my theory from my understanding of China, from the learning, the books, the education in libraries or online, and many books on China, Chinese civilization, because China is a civilization, whether we like it or not, whether we admit it, because we have North American civilization, emerging North American civilization, and Western civilization, part of taking back to Jacob struggling all night and becoming Israel, perhaps, in the book of Genesis, and ancient Egypt, of course, and Euphrates and Rome, and the Western civilization. Right? China also. When the Roman Empire, when Rome had an empire, China also had an empire. China is a civilization. I think that many in the West have that mistake of viewing China only through the lens of a one-party communist state. Indeed, a one-party communist state, one-party rule, but I think we fail to understand China as a civilization and the theories and the philosophy, social, economic, financial philosophy of socialism with Chinese characteristics as embodied in their constitution, and what they deem the building of a, and this is perhaps perplexing, of a spiritual socialist or socialist spiritual civilization. The goal of a spiritual socialist civilization based on harmony and ideas of that have endured in the civilization of China. Workout. And having studied the development, the reestablishment of relations, mostly economic, financial, commercial, but also social, cultural as well, to a certain extent, but mainly economic, financial, commercial, financial, economic. Since 1984 and 1989, and the opening of China, the markets, socialism with Chinese characteristics, China becoming the biggest producer and factory of the world after the fall of the Soviet Union. Right? The two pillars of the world economy and the interconnected, globalized world economy. The national financial system, the biggest market and consumer, United States, and China has been the biggest producer and factory for, some say since 1996, some say since 2007, some say since 2010. Say, would put it anywhere between 1996 to 2007. China emerged to become the second biggest economic, financial, commercial power in the world, to become the biggest producer and exporter of goods, the biggest market and consumer, the two pillars of this global interconnected society, which my theory is that the trade war destabilized the status quo, and having, because of the trade war, imposition of tariffs on more than 665 billion worth of goods from China by the Trump administration. So perhaps I'm a dreamer of world peace, but I'm not just a dreamer, also a realist, as I've developed a general war integrated whole body training system. Alarmed in case of an emergency, that emergency and crisis has come through COVID. I'm calling for that solution, for the solution of the debt refusion, creating this new complementary covenant institutions. Now, again on to China. I believe Donald Trump could be my grandfather. I'm still challenging on a boxing match for world peace on the US-Canadian border, for world peace. I believe that Donald Trump had an antiquated view of China, seeing China from the 1960s, 1970s, backwards agrarian state. Well, since the 1960s and 1970s, China has been, whether we like it or not, admit it, has been able to lift more than 700 million people out of poverty since that time. 700 million people out of poverty. 700 million people out of poverty. Right? We have poverty here. We have people need help. We're not perfect as a society. Far from it. I'm living in a financial crisis, right? I need commissions, work, and support, and also do I offer business, offer for service, right? Well, I believe a lot of people in the West have a overly maybe simplistic or naive even or superficial understanding of China and view China solely to the one lens being the one party communist state, which is true. And I don't agree with a lot of decisions taken by the internal in China, especially LGBTQ. Being LGBTQ may be biased. We have rights and freedoms here in Montreal, Hawk Island, the LGBTQ community. The village can go and see the rainbow flag throughout the village if I go further down that way, down east. So happy. My community has a big space, a whole neighborhood dedicated, if you say, few blocks with restaurants, LGBTQ community where has our own neighborhood called the Village in Montreal, Hawk Island, and it's big cities across North America, to be honest, right? There are sections dedicated of the city for my fellow LGBTQ brothers and sisters to safe, will not diverge. However, on China, China is a civilization, yes. China is a civilization. China has emerged militarily, politically, economically. They built mega cities, right? Mega cities, big cities, 20 million people, 25, 30 million people, of mass urbanization as never has occurred in the history of any civilization. All these build skyscrapers and right, build. And I'm gonna say that, and this is mainly to the leaders of the free world. I don't have business interest in China. I'm for world peace, but not necessarily naive or not without securing freedom and ensuring freedom and being also realist that we live in a world where there's increasing aggression and violent forces and resentment, cultural and tensions within societies, within civilizations, and within different general civilizations. Sino-Western, Sino-North American, Sino referring to China as a civilization. This, from what I studied and know, when China opened to do business, finance, and commerce in the 80s, 84, 89. Started about 78 actually, Deng Xiaoping's reforms. But he always said the Communist Party of China, CPC, founded by decades before in the People's Republic of China by Mao Zedong, right? The revolutionary leader, Chairman Mao Zedong, right? The leaders of China said, we will do business, we will establish financial relations, we will engage in commerce. But you, referring to you, not me, because in this life I never visited China. In other past lives I was passed through, I lived in China, incarnations, what have you, a spiritual teacher across the world, these continents. But in this life, never been wanted to visit, wanted to go, but never visited. And they warned Canada, the United States, Germany, Europe, the Western nations, nation states of the West. They said they were always open and quite straightforward and direct. Said, we will do business, we will establish financial relations and commercial relations. But you, citizens of the United States, Canada, you stay out of the internal domestic affairs of China. They always said that. Now, was there in this spying with Huawei on us? I'm not going to go into that. Let's work out a bit. I'm not gonna go into that. Right, I'm not gonna go into that. But they warned us. We'll do business, establish financial relations, engage in commerce. Just out of our internal domestic affairs of the People's Republic of China. And what gives me goosebumps whenever I see this prophetic parallel, providential, just like in my scenario in many ways, with the COVID and it's happening in the world. Well, Xi Jinping's powerful, strong, direct message gives me goosebumps. Anybody who tries to interfere, enslave, or oppress China, and we get a word for word. So don't like to put words into people's mouth. Want to be as much as precise as possible. So I quote from the New York Post, July 1st. So it was a little bit of a misquote. The Chinese people will absolutely not allow any foreign force to bully, oppress, or enslave us, and anyone who attempts to do so will face broken heads and bloodshed in front of the great iron wall of the 1.4 billion Chinese people. There we go. New York Post, and let's get another one. The Guardian. Let's see if if the wording is different. It's a bit different here, interestingly enough. The same parallel, but here it says China will not allow sanctimonious preaching or bullying from foreign forces, and anyone who tries will find themselves on a collision course with a steel wall forged by 1.4 billion people. See, the wording is a bit different, but quite the strong, powerful, direct, straightforward message. Anybody who tried to bully or oppress, have their heads smashed. See, from Bloomberg, quoting Bloomberg. Let's see from the British side, BBC, not the porn, the British Broadcasting Corporation. I'm on a porn diet, so I'm on a porn diet for till November 11th. 7 more days. 7 more days. Take porn diets. Yes, watch porn, fantasize, and do masturbate. CCCPX warns China will not be oppressed in anniversary speech. Here's not the full quote, but foreign powers who try to bully, oppress, and enslave will get their heads bashed. Here's a bit different also. So 3 different ones. Strong, powerful, direct, but the wording is the translation. It could be that the is not fully, the translation could be not that exact, right? The translation. He added that we will never allow anyone to bully, oppress, or subjugate China. Anyone who dares try to do that will have their heads smashed bloody against the Great Wall of Steel forged by over 1.4 billion Chinese people. Wow. There you go. Workout. That gives me goosebumps. How it's embedded in, crusted in my mind, my brain is the one from the BBC. The one that was smashed bloody. China says US bringing world closer to nuclear war after US military report. Wow. China has warned the European Union against sending any wrong signals to the world on its stance towards Taiwan. Not a very historical, tough issue. And again, in the last days, weeks, and months, we've seen a lot of strong-handed authoritarian just to regulate the internet and social media and cultural, social, even financial, economic, and news. But this is what I wanted to see more, what I was China tells citizens to stock up on supplies, prompting panic, buying, and fears of war. China has recommended that citizens purchase and store supplies in case of an emergency. sparking speculation and stockpiling, the Associated Press reported. According to local Chinese media, the Commerce Ministry posted a notice on November 1st. Three days ago, suggesting that citizens stock up on vegetables, rice, noodles. I got some noodles, 77 bags. I'm gonna do a count tomorrow. Cooking oil, and other necessities. Rice, noodles, cooking oil, yeah, those basic survivals, and vegetables. I mean, if you freeze them and put them more. Maybe have traditional preservation methods in China, which are great, just like fridges, which we don't know, in some soil or underground, wrapped up. It could be, right? Some, not all things old are bad. Take the sun. Trees. Rivers. Mother Nature, the greatest artist. For world peace. Oh. Although the government did move quickly to reduce fears, rumors began to circulate online about a possible escalation with Taiwan. Chinese supermarkets have seen an increase in panic buying after a government notice. A sign has been placed on this supermarket on November 3rd that tells customers to buy a reasonable amount of goods yesterday, November 3rd, and not to listen to unfounded rumors. Taiwan is a self-governing island of 24 million people China regards as a renegade province that should come under its rule. It is natural to have aroused some imagination. Yeah, I guess so. Well, just like in my scenario, it had a solution. So that began advocating for mobilizing 1% of citizens of NATO member countries, Canada, US, Mexico, calling Israel to be the 31st member NATO country. Integrate with all existing public and private security forces, work out, trade, and exercise, secure the three essential elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport for all. Yours truly, Dragan Zero, calling on all willingly loving and complementary cooperative covenant, the dancing goddess army, to attain harmony between civilization and with nature. 11:11 p.m. EST in the Hawk Island. 26 minutes to go. Rock and roll until the end. Let's see more news on this panic buying. The sun, not our star, the king. The eye of the dragon, the dancing goddess dances with a bird of sun to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes. Even I'm gonna do an accounting tomorrow. Quickly now, I got 9 bags of 900 grams each, so pasta, spaghettini, rigatini, different kinds. So that's emergency food. A lot of calories, so that, and protein, lots of calories and protein. Just one bag is like more than 3,000 calories, so one bag could last me. Depending, gotta reduce my workout calorie consumption and marching, so gotta take that into calculation. But nonetheless, last me just one of that, make for 2-3 days. 9 times 2, 18. Even up to a month, just those. Just eating pasta. Even more if I ration to more or less than 1,000 calories a day. Meaning I can't work out, train, exercise a lot. Let me get them and see. I'm grateful I got this $1.56 meal. Be back. Be back, already back, big bags. So I got 9 bags like this. Well, I'm gonna just show 3. This macaroni, 900 grams. Macaroni. Per 85 grams, 300 calories per 85 grams, 12 grams of protein, some iron, not a lot of calcium, a lot of thiamine, folate a lot, wow. Some sugar, not that much, 3 grams. So this whole bag, 85 grams. So if it's 900 grams, so that's a little bit more than 10 times 10. So 300 calories times 10 is 3,000. So this has a little bit more than 3,000 calories here and more than 120 grams of protein. So it has a lot of protein. Good for working out, of course, training, but 3,000 calories. So good for 2 to 3 days, depending on the level of calorie consumption and physical activity. Marching a few kilometers, marching as I usually march, will not last. Be 3 days, will last more than 1.5, right? Will be reduced. But in theory, with low to moderate physical activity, this could last me 3 days. And this is the same. This is also 900 grams, but this is linguine, and like got linguine, long ones like this, and spaghettini and fettuccine, which are long ones. But also they're all 900 grams, so all bags 900 grams, very affordable. This one also has per 85 grams, also 300 calories, 12 protein, because it's made of the same, right? It's wheat. This was made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with the brother, the sun, the wheat, and our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvested. The truckers, they're on the truck. It's a product of Canada. All of them are local, Canadian wheat. We have a lot of wheat. So it's good protein, good emergency food, pasta. Good emergency food, pasta. And this one is rotini. This one is also 900 grams. Just boil it. Gotta get an affordable 99 cents, hopefully, or 80 or 77 cents, hopefully. I can check the flyers now. I'm actually gonna do that. Read this, do workout, read the flyers. So this is again 85 grams because it's wheat. So for 85 grams, 300 grams of calories, 12 grams of protein. So it's pretty much almost identical nutrition facts. So this also too is more than 3,000 calories each bag is. So got I'm showing only 3 different ones because this is macaroni, rotini, and linguine. So got 3 macaroni bags, 3 rotini bags, and 1 linguine, 1 spaghetti, 1 fettuccine. So 9 bags. In theory, more than a month survival food. This, if I stretch it out, of rationing could be even 1 bag, I would say, a week maximum. 3,000 calories, a week with very low physical activity. No marching, no working out, no running. A lot of resting. But in theory, severe rationing, this food can last 900 grams for about a week. 3 days, some physical activity, even a bit of a workout. 3 days, 2 days with my type of workout, 1.5 day. So got a few days. Plus the workout now. The peanuts, also a lot of calories, so keep a few peanuts. We'll eat 1 over the weekend or 2. Got 6 bags, very affordable. I'm $1.56 protein. Good protein in this tuna can, and low cost, good to the taste, cheap, affordable, least expensive dinner. And good. $1.56, $1.56, $1 Canadian and 56 cents Canadian. Probably better dinner than $156 dinner somewhere. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I want to think that I'm being delusional. Self-deceit. Justin Trudeau, is you kidding me? My $156 compared to your 1%, $1.56. My $156 dinner rocks. Eating oysters and we're out of coffee. Good, because it's already late. No more coffee. And since we do have more budget, we'll see what's on the flyers. Start it tomorrow. Today, thinking about it, I haven't bought beef or chicken, wow, in a long time. Before COVID, I mean, I bought special tuna cans and sardine cans, and I'm buying. Some bacon when it was on special weeks ago, but let's work out a bit more. Oh, the sun, the US Sun is in the newspaper. China sparks doomsday prepper frenzy. Shouldn't is no joke, man. It's like my scenario. Amid fears of Taiwan war after calling on residents to stockpile food, China's government accidentally. This is today it's 11:23 p.m. EST 11th the month 11th month Scorpio month 4th of November. I'm a Scorpio. Millennial Rainbow. November 4, 2021. China's government accidentally sparked a doomsday prepper frenzy after advice to stockpile essentials led to fears of imminent war. Panicking shoppers across the country rushed out to buy food, water, and survival gear as rumors spread of all-out conflict with Taiwan that might drag in the US and its allies. Empty shelves in the supermarket. Wow. Amid panic buying in China this week. Wow. Shoppers scrambled to get hold of the last bags of rice, flour. That's what I forgot to buy. Flour. Because with flour I can make dough. I can make cake. Flour. Cheap. Affordable, least expensive, and flour. Gonna go get flour and water tomorrow. Shoppers scrambled to get hold of the last bags of rice, flour, and noodles. The panic was sparked, apparently by accident, by a Ministry of Commerce notice suggesting families. So it wasn't an order, it was a suggestion. So I think I said on our order, so it wasn't really an order from the government or a suggestion. Families stock up on food in case of emergencies. It immediately sparked speculation the government was expecting shortages over winter. Others said a fear that we're about to be plunged into a severe lockdown to stop a COVID outbreak. Empty shelves and long queues were seen in supermarkets across China as the online rumors fueled panic buying of groceries. Online rumors fuel panic buying of groceries. Online rumors fuel panic buying of groceries. Shoppers were jostling for the last bags, last LAST bags of rice and flour after some selfish preppers bought more than half a ton each. Nah, that's not cool though. That's not. Don't be selfish. You don't need a half a ton. That's a half a ton. 1 ton is 1,000 kilos. 500 kilos. I can't even put 100 kilos here. You 10, 15, 20 kilos of wheat, flour, max per individual, adult, right? Mine's not even, it's only a few kilos. Not even, it's 900 grams each bag. 9 bags, 9 bags. Few kilos. 4 point something kilos. 5 kilos. Not selfish though. China's 2 million strong army regularly stages Taiwan invasion drills. There's a picture there of the, not all the 2 million, there's a few Chinese soldiers from the People's Liberation Army. I thought that was me, my youth, for some reason. Wow. In the picture, quite amazing. A younger version of me. For world peace, secure food, housing, and transport, Dragan Army. China soldiers, 2.1 million soldiers. That's the population of my island, Hawk Island, my city. Headquarters of the Dancing God is in Dragon Empire, Mount Royal. A little bit more. We're about 2.2 on the island and round about the island, a few million. But soldiers, 2.1 million. That is active, right? Because in case of war, China can mobilize much more. Let's work up. Here's that there's a COVID resurgence in China. Several Chinese food giants have announced an increase in the retail prices of their products as rising production costs. NBC News: Chinese stock up on food as temperatures fall and COVID spreads. Beijing: shoppers stocked up on cabbage, rice, and flour. Flour, I gotta go to get tomorrow. Flour and that water. Gotta budget, see if I can afford it while cleaning my room off some temple. Chinese rush to stock up on food as government's warning prompts confusion, brief panic buying. New York Times: China urges families to stock up on food for winter months. So, 3 months, I guess. Could do that for emergency descent from, let's say, from November 22nd, November 20th, or November 6th, whatever. It's November 4 now. December, 1 month. January, 2 months. February, for 3 months. Maybe I'll do a test, see if I can get enough food to last me. But then will have to stock up and see if I can survive with that ration. So could I do that? Maybe. So how the cleaning goes tomorrow and one day at a time. China asks citizens to stock essential supplies amidst rising food prices. Supermarkets swarm. Wow. Interesting. Interesting and alarming development. And one more workout. It's got 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Swallow water. Oh. 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 Well, that was work. Oh. I get some protein. Mm. 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 Ah. Mm. 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 Ah. Tastes good. Good price, $1.56. Hey, tomorrow, what's on special? From today, watermelons from the US. $3 only, can't believe it. $3 watermelon. The big one, the big one, the big one. Maybe I'll treat myself to one watermelon for the weekend instead of sugar. Like 3 chocolate bars of $1 each, or a watermelon. Watermelon. The big one. Potatoes. Oh, $2 a pound for pork. Fresh dual pork loin chops. $4.41 a kilo. Is that? Last time it was $2.99, I think, or 3 something. Now it's $2. Not that bad. The beef $2.97, $6.55 a kilo. Not that bad. Maybe I'll get a pound of pork. Pound and a half. If the pound is $2, a pound and a half. Even a kilo, 4.41 a kilo. I could eat all weekend. Just make pork and God. Just gonna make pork and potatoes I got, so it's gonna cost me less than $5. My whole pork and for weekend food, less than $5 for tomorrow, Friday night, and Saturday. Gonna eat from it. Yeah, gonna get some pork, man. Less than $5. Yep, pork. Adrian Dragan, yours twin Dragan, sexual founder of the dancing goddess and the Dragon army. For world peace, international justice, and security, to my allies and armies, bless you, my names, kisses, washes, push-ups, squats, hawks, marching steps. The leaders of the free world to drop down, use and push us. Shh.